My name's Ben, and today we've got another car that's well known to us to show you around, being as we sold it to the previous owner. It's now an incredible value way into one of Mercedes' flagship models. It's obviously a AMG GT, and this particular example is a 2015 on a 65 registration with 49,000 miles on the clock. And was recently serviced in August of last year, 2024, a major service at Mercedes-Benz with all of the gearbox fluids, brake fluids, spark plugs, etc. Everything you need to have done on one of these has very recently been carried out by Mercedes' main dealer. The car itself is a beautiful specification, finished in brilliant blue metallic with the black leather interior. And we'll start at the front, walk around some of the features on this particular example, and show you what we've got. So first and foremost, the most important thing to notice, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but you might see a line across the bonnet here. That's because the front end of this car, or the front quarter of this car, is covered in paint protection film. So you've got protection sort of a third of the way up the bonnet, the whole front bumper and part of the front wings as well, all covered in paint protection film, which just maintains that beautiful look. The huge grille section at the front here with the Mercedes star in the middle, the AMG logos, and then the parking sensors just hidden very nicely in the front bumpers there as well. LED headlights with automatic high beam control, so a very powerful headlight, also with a daytime running light across the top and going down into the insides there. Coming round the side, we've got 19-inch at the front, 20-inch at the rear AMG wheels, two-tone, so this sort of diamond cut finish on the faces and then this metallic grey on the inserts. And we've also got the grey painted brake calipers with the AMG logo on the side of them just there. A beautiful wheel, very classy wheel that goes very nicely with this colour in my opinion. The grills on the side vent, or the side vents on the edge of the wing here with the V8 bi-turbo badging in them. It's obviously the 4-litre V8 bi-turbo, a very famous engine for Mercedes now. Keyless entry and exit, and then on the door mirrors, you'll see a small triangle in the bottom left-hand corner, sorry, for the blind spot monitoring. Illuminated AMG door entry sills, and then have a look at the interior. It's a beautiful interior on these cars. We'll talk more about some of the features on the inside as we get around the driver's side, but you'll see that sort of centre console section where all the buttons are is formed like a V8. So you've got 4 buttons down either side and it is in the shape of a V. You'll see that shortly. And then that massive glass sunroof above your head. There is a blind for the sunroof as well, so you can close that off if you wish to do so. And again, the front section, the roof is covered in paint protection film as well, so it protects that black finish up top. And then coming around the back, we've got these narrow brake lights here with the AMG logo actually inside the light, which is very nice. And if you actually pay attention to the lights, you can see the detail that's gone into it, all of these sort of individual little LEDs sticking out. It's very neatly designed, and I think it's a really, really nice feature. This section across the boot here is a deployable rear spoiler, so that will come up at speed, or there is a button in the car for you to do that yourself. And then the sort of rectangular exhaust pipes on either side of the car. It is a switchable exhaust system as well. It's also got a reverse camera, which is hidden just underneath where the above the number plate there. And I'll just open the boot for you so you can get an idea of the space inside the car. So if I just lift this up, you'll see you get a very reasonably sized boot, wide in both corners, and then you've got this sort of parcel shelf section which you can shut down and even load stuff onto that sort of upper half of the boot section there. And I think it's very neat how this sort of parcel shelf is built into the car, so you can't take it out, you can't lose it, but it also doesn't get in the way. Once you retract it, it's completely flat with the boot floor. And then this just drops down very, very easily. And then we'll come around the driver's side and jump inside and talk through some of the interior features. So starting on the driver's door card, we've got Nappa leather across the armrests, so very smooth leather on the armrests here. Power folding door mirrors and electric windows, as you would expect. And then another important feature, the Burmester surround sound system, a very, very high quality sound system in the car. And then I'll just fire the car into life with the start button in the center here. And they do sound fabulous, these AMGs. They make a great noise. And then we'll start with the driver's seat. So it's electrically adjustable with driver memory settings. And this car also has a memory package, which means that the driver's seat, the steering column and the door mirrors will all save on those memory settings. So a very nice feature for convenient use. The steering wheel itself is electrically adjustable, so that will come out, up and down, all on a small stalk behind the steering wheel. It's a flat bottom steering wheel, perforated on either side, and smooth leather top and bottom with the 12 o'clock marker. So a very, very nice wheel indeed. And you've got the big AMG shift paddles, so the metal shift paddles on an AMG either side behind the steering wheel. Obviously multifunction as well, so multimedia controls on the right hand side and controls for the sort of screen in front of me on the left hand side, so it's very customizable. So at the moment we're on what Mercedes call the AMG screen, so you've got your gearbox temperature and your oil temperature, so two very important temperatures. But I can go back into the normal sort of trip settings, see your mileage, see your speed, your fuel range, trip meters, all sorts of stuff built into that screen, so very useful to have. And then obviously the main infotainment screen in the centre here, controlled via the wheel down on my left hand side. At the moment on Mercedes sat-nav screen, and if I pop the car into reverse, you'll see we've got the reverse camera comes up and the front and rear sensors on a display down on the right hand side there. Put the car back into park. Climate control settings just beneath the screen here. You've got these really cool 4 vents just above there, but very easy to use. 2 cup holders under there and lots of storage space. If you're not using cups, you can drop lots of things in there. And then you're coming down to these 4 buttons that we touched on slightly earlier. So top right is our drive mode. So at the moment, comfort, you've got an individual, a sport and a sport plus button, your engine button, traction control, our rear spoiler that deploys. I will press that so you can see what that looks like as it goes up. It makes quite a big difference to the way the car looks, and it's very nice that you can choose to do that at any speed. At the bottom left, again, another important one, our switchable exhaust system. So it makes a completely different noise. You probably won't be able to pick it up on the camera, but it makes a completely different noise to the standard button. Start, stop, manual gearbox mode, and then just volume control. So lots and lots of features. Final thing I'll point out is just on the center armrest, you've got the AMG affolter back sort of logo printed on the armrest, which is a really, really cool feature. A lot of Mercedes do that, but now, or the AMGs do anyway, but it's very nice to have that there sort of inscribed in the leather. And I'll just switch the car off. Heated seats above me as well. They hide them up on the roof lining, which is very clever of Mercedes to do so. But as I said at the beginning of the video, this now represents one of the best value ways into Mercedes flagship model. So under £45,000 for a 4-litre bi-turbo AMG GT. It's incredible value for money. And these days, you can't even buy a hot hatch for that sort of money. My name's Ben. I hope the video's helped. Thank you very much for watching.